Sean Riley, Stephen Henderson, and fellow tenants living in New York unfurl a banner during a walkout in front of the building. Like thousands of others across New York, these tenants are participating in a strike demanding rent cancellation as the coronavirus pandemic sends unemployment rates soaring and has much of the country homebound in shelter. They now stand to lose. Take a look.
Pandemic, and so now we've been organizing to have this rent strike because a lot of the tenants in our building, a lot of the tenants in our association have lost their incomes and aren't able to pay rent. And so we decided to go on strike to take collective action and to stand together in these, scary times. The moratorium on evictions is, it's great that people aren't going to get evicted until midway through June, but it's just kicking the can down the road. There's got to be something else. They have to cancel rent. And just, people aren't getting the wages back that they've lost from losing their jobs in the middle of this crisis. And unless you do something to forgive rent, it's going to be a problem.
Concern, it's kind of an anxious thought at the back of my head most of the time, thinking about, when this kind of settles down and what the landlord's going to do repercussions-wise for us forestalling on rent or not paying. But right now it's kind of, a later down the road question. Day-to-day lives, and I know that if landlords and building owners come and ask for rent for months in back pay all at once, or even putting people on payment plans, that's either going to put people out on the street or it's going to put people in even more dire straits than they were before.
To be conveyed is there was a housing crisis in New York for a long time before this. Apartments were unaffordable. Crown Heights has been the epicenter of gentrification and displacement in Brooklyn for, well over a decade. So all that crisis was happening before this, and, this is what pushes it over the edge, I guess.
Protests, which coincide with May Day, are believed to be the largest such coordinated tenant activity in New York since the 1930s, when mass strikes took aim at rent gouging. An estimated 12,000 unique tenants across 100 buildings in America's coronavirus epicenter participated in this strike, according to preliminary figures from the advocacy group Housing Justice for All, a lead organizer of the movement. Nearly two-thirds of New York's 8.6 million residents rent in a housing market where, according to Tracker Rent Cafe, the average two-bedroom can run from $2,500 per month in Queens to more than $4,000 a month in Manhattan.
I was like, how's the price?
Meanwhile, the